What's up, guys? Owning life lives again. I'm gonna ask you right away I don't have an email list for Owning Life, and I'm not exactly sure if the blog will continue in its current form. So if you want to subscribing to this YouTube account, which you are already if you're watching this, I guess, is cool. But also I have an email list, I guess, for my clan of life owners, if you want to call it that. It's at milltownclan.org. The link is below. The link should be in the video somewhere. Bam, that's that. So back onto the owning life horse and doing that stuff. I was cleaning my room, I guess just last week. It all happened so fast. I was cleaning my room last week and I found a sheet of paper, well, a bunch of sheets of paper actually, that I'm going to share with you, except for one item I blocked out. It was basically a technique or a system, not sure what you want to call it, where you would write 10 or more or less goals that you want to complete within, let's say, 12 months or 6 months to a year, something like that. And you write them down in like the first person present, like it's like you have it already or whatever. So not like I'm going to this, or but like you just write it like I have it, you know, like I have a this, I have a that, whatever. So I found this list and I was like, oh yeah, I've been wanting to start that up again, whatever. And I was gonna share the list with you because reading through the list, it's from June 30th of 2009, so it's like a year and a half old. I learned some cool stuff about myself. I learned about I guess one of my problems. It's like a good thing and a bad thing when it gets extreme. I'm kind of hyper optimistic. But anyway, here's the list. I'll read through it real quick. And then I'm going to show you an example list. The example is pretty much off of my real list right now, but I'll show you an example. And the reason I asked you to get on the email list is I'm just making a small group of people, like I said, 5 to 10. But it'll be something that I do over and over again and hopefully get better and better at, where this thing turns into a system that I can teach, and then you can learn it and apply it to your life and then teach other people, whatever, good times. But anyway, here, on to the fun. Here it is. So there it is. Oh, actually, I'm looking at my camera and I'm getting a battery issue. Let me change the battery. I'm back. That was fast, right? And I kind of changed angles so my shadow won't show up. And this is my real list that I wrote for myself, June 30th, 2009. And I'm just going to read it to you, maybe add a little commentary, whatever. I make $10,000 per month via online sales of digital products and holding classes for things I love to learn and teach, which is the $10,000 a month in 6 months to a year. It's not impossible, but I have a current lower goal, and it's cool. Like I am working on the things I love to learn and teach. Like I'm currently teaching Tai Chi regularly. So I have a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I do want to start practicing again, and I could probably do it in a year, but when you see all the things I have on the list, you'll realize that I can't choose all these things and get them all done in 12 months, which is what I've learned with the lists that I make now. So I have a clean and organized house. Actually, that was on my list when I started it last week, and for the first time in I don't know how long, but my room, which is essentially my house. There's Borderlands, the game I'm playing. People say I look like Michael Jackson, but that's me. My room is 100% clean. There's nothing for me to do. I just have those on display there because they were up in the closet, and I ran out of room. So anyway, so that's done. That's nice. I practice Tai Chi for 2 hours a day and meditate twice a day. I do want to do that, but there are more important things going on now. And now all the days that I teach, which are 3 days a week, I do practice for 2 hours a day, and I practice quite a bit on the days that I don't teach. So I guess I'm pretty close to doing that. I own the house I live in. That's that was probably overly optimistic for 6 months or 6 to 12 months. You know, I own a Ford Fiesta. As you may or may not know, I won one to have for 6 months, and I highly enjoyed it and wanted to buy one. But again, you know, got to get money right and all that good stuff. I have a space for Tai Chi and Chinese class, holding webinars and offices, and own the building. Now that's some, I mean, I want this, I want to do this, but again, you know, 12 months, plus getting my purple belt and all the other things. Actually, I have 2 pages of things here, and I'll speed it up again. But yeah, you see what I'm saying. That's a little overly optimistic. But I do, just last week, I became a member of a place called Bucket Works that actually has space for me to hold webinars and an office. If I paid a little more, I could leave my laptop and stuff there and go there and work. And that's where I teach some of my Tai Chi classes. I could teach Chinese classes, but I'm not so interested in teaching Chinese anymore. I wrote an autobiography titled Owning Life, which is the basis for a self-development course, community, and seminars. Still exactly what I want to do. Probably going to take a little longer than 12 months. So that might be on my, you know, 5-year plan as opposed to 6 to 12 months plan. I have 40 on and offline students of Black Horse Tai Chi. Actually, that exact thing is on my list, except for the focus isn't on online so much, and I have the number at 50. I have 40 on and offline Mandarin students. That's just not there anymore. I complete 1 Milwaukee area Donors Choose project each month. That would be cool to put back on there. I help 3 businesses leverage websites, social networking, and email marketing each week. That's a lot going on, but that's a part of the consulting. I want to do social, you know, media and marketing consulting. I have a weekly gaming show. I helped start a local area barter exchange. Like, I'm only laughing because just that one thing is more than enough to take up all my time. I have a HD TV, PS3, Xbox 360, Wii, and gaming PC. Minus the gaming PC, I have all that. I have a fully redecorated bedroom. I don't know if it's, bam, fully decorated Borderlands all day. I have a high level of flexibility. I study copywriting, marketing, and sales at least 1 hour a day. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff on this list, and, you know, some of those things are, I don't want to say impossible, but they've been really hard to do in 12 months, and I was trying to do them all, and that wasn't good. So, I found this list, and I'm like, man, I'm going to start doing this again. Finish cleaning my room. Actually, cleaning my room was on the new list when I was doing it. Now I'm going to flip to just a sample one I made here. So here's something like the new one. And the way the whole system or whatever works, the one that I'm working, is you do that every day. You sit down and write your goals. And I don't look at the ones I wrote the day before. I just write them fresh, and you know, the most important stuff just kind of comes out, and then I kind of compare to the day before in a couple days. But here's like a sample. You know, I make $5,000 a month from teaching, consulting, and coaching. I weigh 190 pounds and am in top physical condition. I have 50 paying Tai Chi students. I have a reliable car with insurance. I read for 1 or more hours a day. You know, this is just like a sample one for the video. So what you do, so you'll have your 10 things that are specific to you, and you know, 6 months to a year, you know, and try to be, you know, don't be too pessimistic, but don't be too optimistic like I was. You know, you find a nice balance between the two, and then you on another sheet of paper, you take one of those statements and basically brainstorm what you could do to you know, that day. If you do this every day, I'm doing it every day, so some things you could do that day to help take, the one of those statements, the statement that'll help the most or whatever, forward. So I have on here, let's John. I made up the name, but contact John about business card design for Black Horse Tai Chi. So I can get cards made. Submit school information to martial art directories. Yeah, and bam, that's an example. And basically, I want to help. I helped. Man, just from last week, my roommate seen it. He wanted me to help him do it for the band, and they really liked it, and they got a lot out of it. And I'm doing it with one other guy here, kind of as practice, and then now I'm setting up a group to do with as practice. And I more, want to get a system down that can be taught, and people do it, and they just do it. And perhaps they set up their own groups or whatever to continually do it. But it's something, you don't need a group. Once you get it down and start doing it, you just do it by yourself and knock a little, just every day, like one or two things. You don't have to do a ton of stuff, just every day a little bit, and that's it. Maybe I will, well, I guess I'll see you again. I'll be putting videos up on this channel regularly. So, alrighty, peace.